It's entirely flashback. It's 20 years ago from when our present day story takes place. We're marking that in a different way because this scene is actually being shot entirely on film, on Super 16, to give a slightly different quality, slightly different feel to the digital of the present day. So in a funny way, it almost feels like as a crew we've gone into flashback. Everyone's slightly excited. You know, we're shooting real film, which is great.
With all the characters, we wanted to look back into their past and we wanted to discover who they truly were and have these moments where they discovered themselves. We see Naomi as a young army officer in Bosnia and how that absolutely defines her, and there's a moment of real tragedy.
She is an insurance investigator, but where you're seeing me now is 20 years in the past, and I play a UN negotiator, a soldier.
And we discover that Naomi was there 20 years previously, in a previous life when she wasn't a loss adjuster. She was in the army serving in the UN peacekeeping forces as a British Army officer. And that Milan too comes from there, and we have the unexpected revelation really of his background, that in fact he's not Serbian gangster at all. He comes from Bosnia. He was born a Bosnian Muslim.
When you're seeing this happen in front of you, it does resonate. It is very evocative of a very recent time, and you realise it wasn't long ago, and it's still in these people's memories very strongly.
There was 6 republics under the one country of Yugoslavia, and when war starts, it was very difficult for any one of us to understand what's going on. He's not a soldier, he's just a man who protects his own village, his sons. He has a strong relationship with Naomi.
It's a love affair. It's a very beautiful love affair with a man that would never otherwise take up arms. You know, and I think there's something quite otherworldly and end of the worldly about that.
So one of the crucial sequences we filmed here is the death of Pev, Milan's father, and the scene is that the village is being attacked by the Serbs. They are trying to get away, and they just step out into the road, and before Pev really has a chance to do anything, they fire on the car. What Johan really wanted to get from that scene, and you know what Jack had written in that scene, was it's a banal human drama in a way. It's like he was that close to escaping. There's no spectacular stunt. It wasn't done as a spectacular stunt. It was 1 minute there's a bunch of guys fleeing for their lives in a car, and the next minute it's riddled with bullets and they're dead. And then what we see is this moment when the kids have to come out from this compartment, and you know, there are dead adults on top of them, and they have to push and literally climb out over the bodies of their fellow villagers and their dead father. And at that point, Milan, with sort of his father's words ringing in his ears about looking after his brother and being on the side of the victors, says, you know, we're going to Belgrade. And it's kind of, well, that's insane, you know, they're Bosnian Muslims, they're going to Belgrade, the capital of the people who they're at war with. That's what sets in train the whole of our story. So it's that little moment of these kids clambering out over the body of their dead father.